There we go. And I am now firmly seated in a hole. But that is okay. And I sat on a mushroom too. Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy during this quarantine, and safe most importantly. Today is the first day that it has been sunny outside in about a week, so I figured I would come outside and film a little. Now, don't worry, I'm not hiking at all. I am just fortunate to live in the Angeles National Forest, and right out my door is this nice grove that I can film in. So today I thought I'd show you how to do Anna's makeup from Frozen 2. You can look forward to next week seeing how to make Anna's costume, or at least my interpretation of it, and hopefully it'll give you some ideas as how to make your own. First things first, if you have any piercings and you're doing princess parties, you should take those out. I just got my nose done just before quarantine started, and it's only been a month, and I just put new jewelry in, so I'm not going to take it out today, but if I were doing a princess party, I would absolutely take it out and put a little makeup over. If you're doing cosplay, it's up to you. It's up to you how accurate you want to go. But for today, I will not be taking it out, just assume that it is out. I usually start with my eyes, however I did start with my base today. You can do whichever order of operations you want to do first. Let's get started with the face, and then I'll zoom you in and show you how to do the eyes. First things first, I start with a peachy pinky blush. This blush is Party by Tarte. You can use whatever you like. You'll see I use mostly low-end drugstore makeup, but whatever you have is fine. Because Anna is a ginger, I like to keep everything on the peachy, orangey spectrum of colors. So I'm just going to start with some blush. And I'm going to really blush up my cheeks because the hair is so over the top and the costume's so over the top. You really want to make sure that you're not washing out and put a decent amount of blush. Also, if you're very fair like me, a lot of blush will help you look warmer and lively in photos, especially if they're using flash. So go heavy on the blush. And you'll see I dip in lots here because I really want a good amount of color. If you think you have too much on, you should probably put a little more on. Really concentrate it on the apples of the cheeks and then work upward towards your temples. I also like to go onto the nose, just the tip of the nose. Then I like to go in with just a little bit of highlighter. This one is, I want to say it's like pearl something rather, but I just go a little bit on the top of the cheekbones. And a little bit on the nose. Then I like to go in with a gray brown. I don't know how well you can see that. This is just an eyeshadow, but you can also use a contour powder. Just go gray brown because that's going to mimic real shadows compared to other contours. The more orangey it looks, the more artificial it looks. The more gray base, the more it looks like a real shadow hitting on your face. So I go in with just a little bit of that also on my blush brush and go right along the chin. And you want very little on your brush. In fact, I tap a lot of it off and just go under, and that's really going to define your jawline. Take a little flat shader brush, fluffy, and go back into that same gray-brown eyeshadow or contour, whatever you want to use. And I go right along the edges of the nose, under the nose, and on the tip of the nose. And again, you want very little on the brush. And that's really going to help define your nose, so that way it doesn't wash out in pictures. And if it comes off a little too strong, just take your same foundation brush from earlier with nothing extra on it. Oop, what was that? If the contour comes off a little too strong, don't fret. Just take your foundation brush from earlier with nothing extra on it and just pat it out. And there we go. Do our lips real quick. So again, I like to go with a warm orangey pink. The exact products that I use each time kind of differs a little, but I generally mix my lipsticks, and I generally use liquid to matte lipsticks because they stay longer. Especially working with kids, they tend to like bump your face and move your makeup around, so you want something that's really going to stay. So I recommend liquid to matte lipsticks. If you have really dry lips, you can put a chapstick on underneath or even over top to give some moisture. got kind of an orangey base to it, but it needs a little more life, so we're going to go in with my all-time favorite liquid lipstick, which is Bumble by ColourPop. This one's a little more rosy than the last one, but because the last one was orange, it's going to bring out the orange tones in the rosy lipstick. Alright, I'm going to zoom you guys in now and show you how to do Anna's eyes. So one of my favorite palettes for taking with me to do pretty much any princess, especially when I'm doing multiple parties in a day, I like to take this on the road with me. And it's the BH Weekend Festival palette. Unfortunately, I think this one is not being sold anymore, but you can find it used online. And you can buy used eyeshadows, you just gotta make sure you sanitize them with some 99% alcohol first. But if you're looking for like an all-in-one palette, this BH palette is fantastic. It has all the colors you need. But if not, I will be describing the colors so you can pick them out on your own and decide from what brand you really want them. This isn't sponsored, by the way, I just really love BH's makeup. I do most of this look with a fluffy blending brush. Say that 3 times fast. We're going to start with a peachy orangey color. If you're using this palette, you can use either Candy or Hippie here. But don't be afraid to go with either one. Usually I just blend the two because I like it a little warmer. And I'm sticking that right in the corner and blending it out, like so. Then I take a little pencil brush like this, and I go into the warm brown right there, and I concentrate it on the outer V of the eye. Like so, and then we're going to blend it out. Then we're going to take what's left on our pencil brush and put it on the outer thirds of the bottom lid. I'm going to go in with the champagne color on a flat brush and you're going to put it just under your brow and on the inner corner of the eye, swooping up to about the center of the eye. And just make sure to blend it down into the rest of your shadow. Last time we're going to go in with the peachy color and pack it onto the center lid. You can take your favorite style of eyeliner, be it a kohl pencil, a liquid, whatever you prefer, and do just a little wing. You don't want to get too big with it because then it looks a little too modern and not very princessy, but just a little wing, and then I'll show you how to blend that out after. Now you notice I didn't go into the corner of the eye too much because as soon as you put darkness there, it's going to close up your eye. And I also don't put it on the bottom of the eye because the same thing's going to happen. You're just going to put it on the top to really give you that dramatic kind of animated character eyelash effect. So while that dries, I'm going to go in with my favorite mascara and I'm going to thoroughly coat my eyelashes with a couple coats. So you're going to take an angled brow brush like this and dip a little bit into the black and the brown. This black I actually depotted from a Jeffree Star palette and put it in here, that way I'd have kind of like a complete palette. But you're just going to do one dip of each and kind of tap it off, and then you're going to go right along the top edge of the liner and just kind of smudge it. Alright, we have 2 steps left. First is brows and then some freckles. So for both of these steps, I love a very thin pencil eyeliner. This is LA Girl's Shades brow pencil. I don't know, I can't even tell, it's so worn off. And this is the color brown, but I go very light-handed with it. So I'm gonna fill in my brows real quick and then I'll show you what the next step on brows is. Now, before I put the brow pencil away, I'm gonna do some freckles across the bridge of my nose. And because this pencil is so thin, it really allows you to get natural looking freckles. So all I do is I just stamp it and do a little twist motion as I stamp it. There we go. I don't know how well that comes up on camera, but there's some freckles there now. Now, for the last step for the brows, you're going to go back to your angled brow brush. Make sure it's all washed off. And you're going to dip back into the, where is it? The orange color right there. And then you're going to brush that through your brows just a little. Putting just a little bit of orange in your brows really helps make it look as if the hair color is your natural hair color. And just a quick tip for anyone doing brows that are not their actual color. If you are blonde or a light brunette or a redhead, go 1 to 2 shades darker than your hair color. If you are doing dark brown hair to black hair, go 1 to 2 shades lighter, and that's what's going to make it look the most natural. We are going to add a little more blush actually, because looking in the monitor, I look a little bit washed out. And the last tip that I have for making sure that all of your makeup stays in place, especially when you're working with kids, is to set all your makeup with a setting spray like Got to Be Glued. Now I know it's not technically a setting spray, but it works really well to cement your makeup in place. This is actually a drag trick. They used to use Aquanet to set all their makeup. So give it a good shake and that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you did, make sure to share it with your friends. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions for the next videos, leave them in the comments down below. Remember, I was gonna say quarantine is all about having fun, but is it? Remember, cosplay is all about having fun. And obey quarantine, stay safe, stay healthy, and together we can fight the Rona together. Yeah. Alright, bye guys. It's amazing how much just a little